Disclaimer. Hello everyone! So for this video, as I have been digging through the latest Beyblade X information, and as many have been trying to tell me, and then after I looked at the video and I said, oh damn, I guess it is. Essentially, if you have watched the new Beyblade X kind of championship teaser when they're going over the Asia Championship or whatever, you essentially see things that I feel were left there on purpose, and we'll be getting into that. So before we continue with this video, mallofbays.com. As we are getting closer and closer to UX, make sure to check out, we got launcher grips, dude. We got pre-orders, probably still up for whatever's left over. We have other stuff, Beyblade Burst stuff, other Beyblade X products. Is an option way to support the channel. It does keep the channel alive, so I appreciate any support regardless. So let's kind of just get into this. You essentially see two bays that we already know. That of which that was revealed, Storm Pegasus, the beautiful Metal Fight Bay brought into the X system, which I am very excited for because I am very much Metal Fight biased. We'll kind of go over each of them that we already know, and then after my thoughts on the newest one, I guess, and we'll kind of build towards that. But yeah, Storm Pegasus is a little bit modified from its original shape. If you do like a little bit of a side-by-side, I'm just assuming it's gonna be like a little bit more aggressive, just like maybe like a little bit more smash attack, because if you have seen Storm Pegasus in any regards to Metal Fight, the Storm Fusion Wheel is kind of shit. So I would assume, you know, maybe they kind of give it a little bit more of an extra oomph, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But I also do like small details, like for an example, Pegasus says hybrid wheel, because obviously it's the hybrid wheel system. But for the X one, because they have to put those 3 launcher slots, I actually like that they basically created a new sticker where it's hybrid wheel system on the X one, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, even if you see the video, you'll actually see like the side profile, at least vaguely on like the blurry kind of CG that they go through. Seems to be like this kind of weird space gaps, but I kind of expected that more or less for Metal Fight stuff, that they would just, you know, kind of probably have to do something to them just to make them not too crazy for how they'll be adapted. But I am super hyped for it, dude. I hope it's not too long of a wait, but we'll get to that. Next up, Victory Valkyrie for Beyblade Burst. If you are a Burst fan, it must feel pretty weird to get a remake of such a legacy Beyblade, but very interesting in their approach. So with Valkyrie, one of the noticeable things you'll notice, noticeable thing you know, okay, well, is basically the boost disc, because the boost disc is largely exposed on the crossover remake of it. It makes sense. It's similar to what they did on the plastic gen stuff, just to like fill it out, I guess. I mean, I'm more curious if it was like the raw shape for the metal, but I understand probably why they have to do these changes, whatever. But you'll basically notice that the outer section of it is metal and the inner section of it is plastic. So it's a very much similar philosophy how they've done Drawn Duress, and obviously technically even the Metal Fight without the clear wheel and the metal is there, but Metal Fight's more easier for the transition. But the Burst they did it very seamlessly, because the issue with Burst Bays is that their designs are all focused in the middle. So they basically had to kind of modify the Burst design a little bit just to fit all that shit there, but it does look pretty cool. I still wonder for future bays how they're going to do it, because I feel like it's going to look really cursed, but we'll eventually get around to it. But, I mean, at least for the Valkyrie one, like, this should be probably like a mini drawn sword, because it has those curves for the wings. I'm expecting, like, decent smash attack, but definitely, for X at least, probably some upper attack stuff, potentially. So we basically covered the 2 bays. So, oh, actually, hold on. More details, by the way. Other than the stickers looking pretty cool on the thing. Dude, not only that, they literally added the NFC chip reference, which, if you're wondering what that is, basically that old Amaterios machine when you actually had to fight to actually get Amaterios with the bay logger you would use. You would have to scan your lair to actually kind of challenge it. It was really cool. The rare bay is kind of lame now how they did it, but back in the day it was, I can't say it like that, back in the day it was pretty interesting. But no. Okay, the main one, dude, it's Dragoon S. It's Dragoon S. Now, they basically said, I think this was like back during November, that they're working on the Dragoon S model. This is like the same time as they already had like Drigger S basically done and the Trapio they were working on, but Dragoon S is done. They already have the physical, I mean, all of them are basically technically done, whether you want to call it prototypes or whatever. it looks more or less how they kind of handled Drigger S and Dronzer S, where basically it's very hard to tell because it's a very shitty, blurry image, but you know, the weight disc is pretty exposed on it. I'm not even sure by the time this releases, unless the weight's like something really solid, how crazy this will be, but now you essentially have it where there are 3 protagonist crossover bays, which you would think logically that should have been what they should have done for Beyblade Day, but I have a feeling most likely why they're holding off on talking about Dragoon S, which I didn't really care if they did or if they didn't, but I think what'll probably happen is you'll see in the summertime they actually release maybe their first left bay, and then after they'll do Dragoon S. Maybe they just want to set the main one, then after the remake. Or alternatively, which that could still be true, or it could just be they just wait till Dragoon S, but there is a confirmed listing through all this information that we've been getting, where it's a BXG random select. Now what BXG basically means, it's just an internal product code. So for an example, Dronzer is BX00, but the internal product code will be like BXG whatever. And I'll probably put up a screenshot when I typed all this crap out like a while back. But, you know, I found it odd, like, why are they gonna have 2 random craps on the same month? Like, it's gotta be worth the money if they would do something like that. And I thought, well, if you consider the situation we're in right now, I very well think, and I think this is going to be a little bit of not so fun move by Takara Tomy, but I think what they'll do is they'll put the 3 protagonists bay in a random select, and they'll have it be like, basically like celebrating properly all 3 of the protagonists, and they just leave it like that. Because if you think about it business-wise, doesn't that make the most amount of sense? Oh, I want Dragoon, I want Valkyrie, I want Pex. Okay, go buy a random select that has all 3 of the generations together there for the X generation. It would be a genius move by Takara Tomy in terms of business-wise. It would be so-so for us. It would be so-so. But I feel this is the most likely route they would have been taking either way. And I am wondering if this would be the case. You could also probably get it where maybe they just all have like a variant of the same rubber flat. Because I mean, Dragoon S has a variant of rubber, Valkyrie has a variant of rubber, Pegasus has a variant of rubber. So I'm assuming they could literally just do that. I will literally not complain if it's all like the same bit, if it's like some rubber variant or whatever. That would be super, super interesting. But let me know in the comment section, what ratchets do you think they would give these remakes? Do you think 70 height, 80 height? What do you think they would just slap on them? And bit-wise, do you think it's realistic if, let's say, they do a random select route, we maybe just get a recolor of all the rubber stuff? Which I honestly, like, me personally, if they do this route of the thing, I wouldn't be too annoyed with. I mean, it would be one killer random select, at least for popularity. You're basically all the fans together to be like, I need this product now. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. I thought it was kind of interesting just to talk about, so I'll probably put some visuals, so bear in mind of my rambling for this video. But yeah, since I couldn't do a live today because this will probably be pre-recorded, I have a tournament for this Sunday, so either I win, I lose, or whatever, but you'll probably see a video like that eventually, hopefully. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. And yeah, here's hoping for more X news. I would love to see it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Take care. Have a fantastic day, and that'll be it for now. Take care and bye.